Hi, this is Learn Cantonese Fast channel. Again, long time. Long time no see. I've been very busy planting stuff, doing a lot of yard work. I've been busy with my animals and so on and so forth. But anyway, let me try to reply one email from one of you guys on YouTube. This guy, I think, is an American Chinese or something, or American Cantonese, or I don't know. So hi, my mother tongue is English, and I'm learning Mandarin as well as Cantonese. My Mandarin is a lot better than my Cantonese, and each time I try to speak Cantonese, I translate my head from Mandarin to Cantonese. It's a very bad practice. Do not treat Cantonese as a dialect, and do not try to translate from Mandarin to Cantonese, because Cantonese and Mandarin, modern Mandarin and modern Cantonese, they are two different languages. They are very, very different languages. Don't treat them as if they are the same language, and don't treat Cantonese as just a dialect. It is a spoken language, although it's not officially a written language of any kind. Right? Even in Hong Kong, they don't treat Cantonese as a written language. Never. Although a lot of the Cantonese people, when they are on discussion forums and so on and so forth, they are using partly Cantonese or sometimes purely Cantonese, partly Cantonese and partly Mandarin, and sometimes purely Cantonese to communicate on discussion forums in Hong Kong. Some words, although can be used in Cantonese, are from Mandarin and wouldn't be used by a native Cantonese speaker. When it comes to writing, Cantonese-speaking people, they will write at least partly in Mandarin. Right? We try to write Mandarin, but the problem is we don't know enough Mandarin. So sometimes we'll supplement the Mandarin with Cantonese. So it's not pure Cantonese. It's not pure Mandarin when it comes to even formal written language. Right? So Cantonese people have a lot of problems writing. We call it writing Chinese, but in fact we are writing Mandarin. Chinese is a dead language. It's like Latin. We have a bunch of Chinese characters, just like we have a bunch of Latin roots. The problem I have is how do I find, without having to ask a native Cantonese speaker each time about words they use for the same Mandarin meaning. You cannot. You have to ask the people. The only way for you to learn Cantonese is to listen to listen to what Cantonese people are speaking. For example, on television programs, soap operas, even Korean soap operas translated in Cantonese. You can watch those, or you can watch I don't know. That's the only way, or you can go to Hong Kong. I know a lot of Cantonese is colloquial. Is a very bad word, colloquial. You don't treat Spanish as a colloquial thing of English, because they are two different languages. Let me try to demonstrate. So what's the word for astronaut in Spanish? Well, astro means star. Right? Astro means star. Astronaut, not is navigate. Right? It's the people navigating in the stars, into the stars. Right? Astronauts. But then, luckily, because this is a technical term, so when it comes to astronaut in Spanish, it is astronauta. Well, you don't pronounce TST, you pronounce TSD in Spanish. But luckily, you have almost the same spelling. Right? R is pronounced as L, astronauta. Astronauta, whatever that is. Well, this is like for some Cantonese terms, we are actually using Chinese terms, or more accurately, it should be Mandarin terms. But most likely, in most cases, we do not share the same Chinese characters. right? When it comes to terminologies. For example, astronaut in Cantonese is 太空人. 太空 is space. 人 is a human. Right? The human in the space is astronaut. But then the mainland Chinese, they will say 航天員, 航天員, 航天, 航 means navigate. 天 is the sky. 員 is a person with a job doing something. Right? 航天員, a person who is navigating in the sky. That's 航天員. Okay? But then in Hong Kong, people call it 太空人, spaceman. Right? Even though 太空, these are two Chinese characters, 太空. Right? But then it's like English and Spanish. Right? Sometimes we use the same Chinese words, sometimes we don't use the same Chinese word in English and Spanish. Sometimes they use the same Latin words, sometimes they don't use the same Latin words. Like in, for example, cow. Well, in Spanish, what is cow in Spanish? I don't know. Let's find out. It's baga. Baga in Japanese is stupid. Baga. Baga is cow. Well, is cow a Latin word? No. It's originally Germanic. Right? So for some simple words, English is using its own term instead of borrowing from Latin. Well, but then how about cattle? Well, cattle has a French origin, right? Although cattle also means cow. And how about ox? Ox is also Germanic. How about in Latin? Well, cow in Latin is bovum, as in bovine. All right, so English people they don't use bovum, they use cow because cow is their original word. Just like in Cantonese, like they in Cantonese is 佢哋. 佢哋 is purely Cantonese. I mean, you don't find the same thing in Mandarin. Never. It's not even in Chinese. Right? In Mandarin, they call it 他们. We don't use 他们 at all when it comes to spoken Cantonese. Never. We never say 他们. Stupid, you know. Whatever. So what next? Right here. Okay. So you have to ask a Cantonese-speaking person, in order to know whether something is purely Cantonese or not purely Cantonese. Okay, so struggle, fight, 打拼 is 打拼. 打拼 is to struggle, to try to earn a living, to be successful. Struggle in order to be successful is 打拼. 打拼. A 怕片 is Taiwanese. 怕片. Well, it's 怕片 in Taiwanese, which means 打拼. Also 打拼 in Mandarin. 打拼 is in Cantonese. 怕片 is in 闽南语. Alright, but then 怕片, 打拼 is not Cantonese, right? Up to maybe 10 years ago. But nowadays it's common. I mean, if you say 打拼, people will be able to understand. But then normally we say 上大陸賺錢, 上大陸揾食, right? It's to search food in mainland China. 揾食 means to struggle, to find some job. Low is another word. We just don't say 打拼. How would a non-native Cantonese person find out themselves? Cannot. It isn't like Mandarin, where you can easily find characters, as it is written in a dictionary. Well, there are Cantonese dictionaries. Go to Hong Kong, you'll find a lot of dictionaries with Cantonese words. It's just not official, or at least people are not treating these words as official words. Right? But then the problem is Northerners, they never recognize Cantonese as a language. That's the problem, because they never understand Cantonese. Up to Qing Dynasty, because Qing Dynasty was ruled by Manchurians, not Northern China, not Han Chinese. Right? The Southern people are the Han Chinese, I would say no. Even my parents, one of them was from Hunan, Hunan. The other one is from Hubei, Hubei, the north of the lake and the south of the lake. But then they are not Han. Historically, they are not Han. Right. Nowadays, a lot of people are abusing the word Han Chinese. You know, I'm not Han. Period. Another question is how would advise to learn to write and read Cantonese? Write and read. I would not suggest you to write Cantonese or read Cantonese, but there are resources. Go to some discussion forums in Hong Kong. You find out how people will actually write Cantonese. But let me remind you that a lot of people are actually writing partly Cantonese and partly Mandarin because they have learned the written language, the Mandarin language, at school. So when it comes to writing, sometimes they'll write partly in Cantonese, partly in Mandarin, especially because it's difficult to write the Cantonese word sometimes because there's just no way to write it, well, on computer at least. For example, www.discuss.com.hongkong, discuss.com.hk. Right, so you go to the website, and this is chatting. This is a chatting forum. Right, so let me go back. Alright, so you go to the chatting forum. There are a bunch of discussion subjects, titles. I go to discussion forum, and then you have a lot of things. For example, you can go to 吹水 right here. Okay. 吹水閒聊 means chatting, pure chat. 吹水閒聊, you can see a lot of topics, and then I click into one of them, which is this. 一人一單港女仆街事件我講先. This is Cantonese. 一人一單, right? So each person say one thing about, or one event about the girls in Hong Kong doing very bad things. 事件 is an event. 仆街is a foul term. I don't use it. 仆街 means drop dead on the street. Drop dead or drop on the street. 仆街. 我講先, let me say it first. Right? So this guy says, 上次中學同學食飯. Last time, middle school fellow students eat rice. So last time when we gathered together with a bunch of high school students to have a meal, 成為得一個女仔成為 the entire table. 圍 means to surrounding. So the people surrounding the table. 成為 the entire group of people surrounding the table. 成為得一個女仔. There is only one female. 成為得一個女仔. 女仔 is a female, young female. 女仔成為得 得 means have. Right? The entire table has only one young lady. 嗰條女 which is not very polite. 嗰條女 條 means an elongated object. So a person should not be an elongated object. That lady, that female, 嗰條女 條 is the quantifying unit, but it's not very polite. More politely, we should say 嗰個女仔, right? Instead of 嗰條女. 食到咁上下, so after a while, after eating for a while, 話有事走先, and she says she has some matters or business, she has to go first. 話有事 has business or has something to do. 事 means an event. 有事走先. In Mandarin, you don't say 走先, you say 先走, 先走. Okay, so for example, in Mandarin, you say 上一次中学同學吃飯整桌, you don't say 成為, you say 整桌, 整桌只有一個女孩, 我才一個女孩, 才一個女孩. 嗰條女 you don't say 嗰條女 in Mandarin at all. I say 那個女孩, 那個女孩, 那個女的, 食到咁上下，我唔知點，I don't know how to translate 係吃了一會，吃了一會，食到咁上下，食到咁上下，話說有事要先走，話有事走先，說有事要先走。Here in Cantonese we don't even need the word 要。說有事要先走。But in Cantonese we say 話有事走先。It's different. 飯錢當冇咗件事。So I don't need to translate anymore. I don't even need to compare. They're just different. Right? Mandarin and Cantonese, they're very, very different languages. I don't treat them as if they are the same. Don't even try to translate directly from Mandarin to Cantonese. I don't even try to attempt. In any case, let me continue. Alright, so TV, because subtitles of TV use the Mandarin writing system, yes. So you cannot learn Mandarin, you cannot learn Cantonese by reading out the Chinese characters from your TV screen. And it can be hard to learn to read Cantonese if you can understand from my point of view. It's hard. But let me remind you, Cantonese is a very easy spoken language to learn because of its flexibility. Right, so try to imitate other people, imitate the sound system, and you'll be able to learn it without any difficulty. For example, them is 他們 is in Mandarin, 他們 is Cantonese. Right? But then we don't say 他們, we say 佢哋. So there's no way for you to try to translate Mandarin into Cantonese. It's just a different language, just like baga baga in Spanish. You don't try to translate baga into English. Right? Bovum, even if English is using a lot of Latin, bovum, you never use bovum in English, although you use bovine as an adjective. In any case, I hope this will answer most of the questions. If you guys have any other questions, please email me. But then there's no guarantee I can reply anytime soon because I'm really busy. I'll be less busy in June because I don't have any things to plan in hot summer, and also I'll be pretty free after November. Because again, there's nothing to plan in November, December, and even January. So hopefully I'll be able to produce more videos. But I'm thinking about making or creating another channel about natural farming because I'm doing something called natural farming in my garden. Natural farming means zero cost farming. So stay tuned. Have a good day. Bye.